Hello everybody, Joe Bag of Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Full Metal Demon Muramasa. Last time we left off, the war, it is happening. The war is here, they are fighting, and people are dying, and oh jeez. Yeah, it's been a couple days since I recorded. Sorry. Just no energy to do anything. Like, I get home from work, immediately go to sleep, because it's, 1 in the morning. Sleep in until, like, 1 in the afternoon. Wake up, pretty much eat, get ready for work, lounge around. Like, I set my alarm for like 8 a.m., but I just wake up and keep pushing it back. I don't really know what that's about. Just zero energy or, will to get out of bed. So, but it's the weekend, so I got plenty of time and I don't gotta go to work. Even though I also slept in till like 2 in the afternoon today. Ugh. Like 3 something. I don't know why I'm still so tired. I've already had 1 pot of coffee. And I've had lunch. Maybe that's the issue, is I ate, had some chicken breasts and like mac and cheese. And now, all the carbs and proteins are telling me to go to sleep, sleep it off. And as much as I would love to sleep 24 hours a day, and be as unproductive as humanly possible, that's not really great for the channel or getting this series done. So here we are, getting ready to do just that. I don't really know why I'm so tired though. Like, it's not like I've been working super hard. It's actually been a pretty slow week. Like sure, I've had stuff to do at work, most days, but it's usually all done like 2 hours before the end of shift, so I'm just sitting around in the office doing nothing. Ugh. Maybe it's because it's getting cold again. And it's just like flipped the switch in my brain that says to hibernate. And I am but a slave to my the chemicals in my brain that tell me to eat a bunch of food, then go to sleep. But, yeah, I don't really got anything else other than, I'll try to be a little more consistent with that recording schedule. Though, I am going to, like, the YMCA, now. Like, I try to go every day, wake up, go swimming, but, it's a balancing act, whether I can fit in my schedule or not, but, Maybe that's what's doing it, I changed up my schedule. Ugh. Now my body doesn't know what to do. Anyway, this is the third time I've tried to segue into actually starting the episode, so let's actually, read the lines on the screen, yeah? Okay, let's go.
夜明けとともに来るかと思っておれば、ずいぶんゆっくりだの。昨夜の薬が効いたかな？何でもやってみるものよ。
こんな質問をどうかお許しください。六原は勝ちますか
？I mean, it's not looking
そなた
great.
の姉のためにも勝たねばなるまいの。
入道様。
閣下、遊佐中将閣下。
Everyone's just like, yeah, no one in this fucking organization knows how to knock on a door.
ご容赦。古賀よりの急報なれば。
Or to like, calm themselves before, giving a report. They're just always like stammering and out of breath. Like take a few fucking breaths outside the door, ready yourself, think about what you're gonna say before you say it. But everyone's just bursting in, they're like, oh, message.
古賀よりの最終連絡であります。
Like, they breached the defenses?
なんですって。
どうも昨日の勢いがねえな、クイーンズアーミー。お兄さんもそう思わない？
確かに。馬屋州のかく乱は、進駐軍の夜間空爆におさおさ劣らぬ成果を上げたようだ。
しかもこっちが最初から腹を決めてたのに比べて、あっちは寝耳に水だったろうからね。いや、寝耳に火か？今日の喧嘩は
Or by base, do you mean their base?
おう
Today's the 1st of December. That leaves 3 days until Hikaru awakens. 3 more days that we must hold Furaku against the might of the West. I fear the task will be impossible, especially after yesterday's losses. But if a little nighttime artillery is enough to blunt the enemy's stride, perhaps this will not be so difficult after all. If the 4th comes and GHQ's best efforts have failed to take this castle, their leaders will have no choice but to deploy their ultimate weapon, just as Chachamaru and the Green Dragon Society intend.
敵の前線が下がってる？
見るからに士気が低いからな。もう少しマシな部隊に変えるのではないか。
Yep.
見切りが早いな。ま、向こうは兵力余ってるしね。
Yep. Get the men in the front to the rear, let them catch their breath, have a nice Coca-Cola, and then, a couple days swap them back out.
補給を済ませるべきだ。
はい。
Looking out across the field, I see that the enemy has erected a number of loudspeakers. The Yamatoan that issues from them is perfectly competent, though the speaker's inflection is clearly not that of a native.
なんだ?
Yeah, they're putting the emphasis on the wrong syllables.
降伏勧告でもする気か。
ああ、定番だね。でも時期を外してるよな。てめえらがもっと元気な時にやりゃいいのに。
同感だな。
Bit of a bizarre move. As expected, the voice begins by demanding our surrender. The response from Horigoe's men is lukewarm, to say the least. Group of soldiers chuckle at each other, or toss howls of contempt back across the field.
そりゃありがたいこって。
降伏しなさい。
Yep, like, come on, you've had your fun.
戦い続けてもあなたたちは負けます。
そうかよ。
Uh-huh.
勝つのは私たちです。今日の朝、古賀の城は私たちのものになりました。あなたたちに縁はありません。あなたたちは
なんだと。
Well, yeah, you seem pretty, blocked off from reinforcements, huh?
笹川の軍隊はもうここに来られません。古賀にいる私たちの仲間が通しません。
Did they actually capture? Is it just a bluff?
あなたたちに援軍は来ないのです。
You know, that's how the Japanese, like, conquered Singapore. Basically, they had the British defenses, kind of on the ropes. But they were, like, all out of fucking supplies. And their commander, on that front, basically went in to negotiate with the British. And he fucking just bluffed his way through. He's like, you need to surrender fucking now. Otherwise, the reinforcements are gonna get here and you're all gonna fucking die. And there was nothing. There was nothing coming. They had nothing. But, if you want to read up on it, the British defense of Singapore was a complete fucking shit show and a masterclass of incompetent leadership. So they folded, and then, Japan had conquered Singapore. The end. When in doubt, just bluff it out, dog. Sometimes you'll win.
各隊に伝令を走らせろ。通信じゃねえ、伝令だ。
Okay.
古賀は健在、来援は間近。敵の巨峰に踊らされるな。手触れて回れ。
了解。実際のところどう思っている？
I whisper once I'm sure there's no one in earshot.
本当に進駐軍の熱造だと思うか？
そうならいいとは本気で思ってるけど、判断はお兄さんと同じかな。進駐軍が損害なしで古賀を誘導し攻撃していたとすれば、今朝陥落ってのはおかしな話じゃない。
妥当なところか。
Like they've seen the same shit on their maps as you are, and they're like, man, we really need to fucking cut off the reinforcements, huh? Could have just gone all in on it. So, we've lost Koga, and with it the road to Sasagawa. At last, Furaku is truly on its own. Okaharu's doomed.
諦めねえぞ。
If looks could kill, then Chachamaru's glare would surely slay the gods themselves. Alas, we can only watch, helpless, as the invaders loose a mighty cry, then search forward, spirit restored, to shatter our defenses once and for all.
進駐軍が古賀を奪った。
は、
確かな。
こちらに入っているのは噂だけです。
Yeah.
ただ、状況証拠と呼べるものな
Like,
ら、
it's reasonably, plausible.
それはどんな？
But obviously, the information is gonna be, reliable information is gonna be hard to come by, like, the instant that it happens.
朝方は籠城側の優勢だったのが逆転しています。進駐軍は意気軒高。
Yeah.
対して幕府軍は承知しているようです。
そうか。
With no one coming to, break the siege, you're basically just fighting a losing battle at that point.
何らかの大きな変化があったのは間違いないところかと。
菊池。
Like, if you're just, fighting a delaying, like, holding action, then yeah, sure, you can fucking tough it out. But, if you're fighting for no fucking reason, what's the point?
はい。
決着ついてもうたかな。
I mean, it's not looking good.
宮殿下に置かれては進駐軍との交渉方法を考えられたがよろしいかと存じます。
うん。
Koga.
捕虜の移送を急げ。物資の確認もだ。笹川軍の来襲に備えればならん。
地上は慌ただしいな。将軍様は生真面目でいらっしゃる。休む間も惜しんで防衛
I
態勢
mean,
を整える
reasonable.
つもり
Yeah,
のようだ。
you just took over. Time to fucking refortify it because they're still gonna try to break through.
付き合わされる方はたまらん。
It's not like, Shishiku's gonna be like, oh, well, they blocked the road. Guess we're done here.
笹川の指揮官にまともな頭があれば、今頃は白旗の準備を始めているだろう。攻めてくる気力などあるものか。まったくだな。
I mean, yeah, that's a smart thing, but again, back against the wall,
判断を発見。敵機だな。おいおい、予想が早速外れたぞ。いや、あれは偵察機だろ。数も少ない。古賀の状況を確かめに来たんだ。なるほど。諦めの悪い奴らだ。隊長、どうします？返してやりましょう。現実を教えるのはいいプレゼントです。
Like, send them home with their tail between their legs or send them home in a box?
違いない。
うん。だが、融通の利かない将軍に怠慢を
Or just let them be on their way?
ならやっちまいますか。位置はこっちの優勢です。
そうだな。よし。一機だけ残す。
There you go.
他は彼。
了解。うさぎ狩りだ。
Wabbit season.
先行小隊より摩天湖進駐軍の竜騎兵を発見した。指示を行う。了解。一機たりとも返さない。
Ow. Well, they seem confident.
何？ケイラの竜騎兵小隊が一つ音信途絶だと。敵の大軍に襲われて連絡をよこす間もなく全滅した。
Unless,
はずはないな。
it was an instant
もしそ
total
うな
wipe.
ら他のケイラ隊が
Wasn't even a
動静をつかんでいないのは不自然だ。ということは単なる職務怠慢か。少し勝つとすぐだらけおって。
They-
これだから
You
バカ
think
は
they're
ど
just
ちらで
straight jorking it? They're like, we got time, just fucking squad goon session in the woods or something. Built some esprit de corps with the boys. A day spent carefully observing the fortress has only affirmed my initial assessment. I'll never reach Furaku Castle. First, there is the invading army to contend with. even if I somehow slip through the ranks, already a nearly impossible task. Next, I'll have to scale the walls without being seen by the scores of defenders. As night fell, the attackers withdrew their forces, but any hope I had of sneaking in under the cover of darkness vanished when I saw that Rokahara had tripled their patrols. I'd stand a better chance in broad daylight. Honestly, I have no idea how to proceed.
なんて弱音を吐いてる場合じゃないのに。
Long ago, I accompanied grandfather and mother across the breadth of war-torn Yamato. I know how to read the flow of a battle. His castle is going to fall, and soon. I briefly considered waiting for the invaders to storm the walls, and slip inside once they were breached, but finding a single individual amidst that chaos would be like fishing a needle from the ocean in a storm. No, I must find a way inside before the castle falls, and a way to locate Kageaki.
Hey, dwarf! Let's play together!
The force occupying Kamakura has relaxed its restrictions on the populace somewhat. According to the periodic announcements, citizens are now free to return to their homes, while anyone with pressing business elsewhere may request permission from a GHQ patrol. I take this as another sign the foreigners are winning. Whatever the case, it has made moving around the city easier.
浮ついてる感じね。
Oh yeah, they're winning. And, they're not on the actual front line, so, they're relaxed. We couldn't understand a word the soldier said, but his tone and expression were clear enough. They're already drunk on victory. Best to give that sort a wide berth. Now, to get inside the castle. While dashing through the back streets of Kamakura, I desperately search for the answer. Suddenly, I'm passing through an intersection between two narrow side streets. I catch a sight of something that brings me to a halt. A man is walking down the street to my left. His back is to me, so I can't see his face, but his form and attire are perfectly normal. It wasn't his appearance that drew my attention, but rather his behavior. The man is behaving as if in a stupor. Each step he takes sends him staggering to one side or the other, and even flat ground is enough to make him stumble. Under normal circumstances, I would label him a drunkard, but the city's still under enemy occupation. This is no time for dancing in the streets.
ちょっと。
Before I can decide what to do, if anything to do, something else appears at the end of the street. A car. Not the sort that those of means in this age use to travel from place to place. No, this is a military issue. The roof is open, and with two soldiers sitting in the front. The car is headed this way, and the street is narrow. If the drunk man presses up against the nearby building, there'll barely be enough room for it to pass by. And yet he's just standing there, like he doesn't know what to do. He must know that a car is approaching. Is the drink completely dulled his senses? He's gonna get run over.
あーもう。
And come here to rescue drunk fools.
ああじゃないでしょ。まともに動けもしないならこんな状況で出歩いたりしないで家の中でおとなしくしていなさい。
車にああやっぱり僕惹かれそうになってたのか。
Yeah. Oh, are you
ありがとうございますお姉さん。でいいんですよね。
You that fucking kid who's Yuhi's friend? Finding this question rather odd, I turn him around to get a look at his face. There, my mind goes blank.
あれ失敗したかな。おかしいな。お姉さんは女性向け万能コールサインなのに。
Ain't got no
年齢的
eyeballs.
にややアウトな人に使っても問題ないどころかプラス効果という魔法の言葉。もしかして壮絶な急展開かな。超人的に女性の声色がうまい男の人ってオチですか。
Yeah.
できればそういう辛い真実は秘密にしておいてもらえると心の健康にいい
You
な。
know, it's not the craziest thing in the world for that to happen. You know, I used to know someone, very, very high-pitched feminine voice for a man. If you were on the phone or the radio, you would not know you were talking to a dude.
ひなぎ忠康
あ、僕の知り合いの方でしたか。
Yeah,
すいません
understandable.
ちょっと今こんななんで、声だけだとよくわからないんです。どちら様でしょう？
You wouldn't know it. He steps back, then turns towards me, though he ends up facing slightly to the side. I can hardly blame him. The young man is blind. His eyes are covered by a thick bandage, but even were they not, I would be aware of his condition. This is a Nagi Tadasuya. Tadayasu? I don't know where I fucking went with that name. One of the 3 students who fell prey to the master of Inoue's Shinkai. That was mere months ago, and I haven't forgotten, as if I ever could.
お姉さん？
ごめんなさい。私の方が
Yeah.
一方的に少し知ってるだけなの。あなたは知らないと思う。
It's related to the
口を聞くのも
incident.
これが初めてだから。
そうなんですか。すいません。
その説？
これっていつものパターンですよね。僕は別として夕日とか小夏とかリツとかがそれぞれ独創性あるはっちゃけをして知らず知らず周りの人に大迷惑をかけてたっていう。
Man, crazy how you're like the only one who made it out, you know. I was gonna say in one piece, but okay, but no, not really. Yuhi, dead. Konatsu, she's like fucking in some drugged up Megazord on a quest for revenge. And Ritsu's just dead, so.
いつもそうなの？
いや、僕も困ってるんですよね。初対面の人にいきなり窓ガラスを弁償しろとか、対人恐怖症になった飼い犬に謝れとか言われるのが普通の生活ってどうもスリリングで。
Yeah, well, and those people probably aren't so hard on you anymore.
そうそう。
Yeah.
そうだった。ほんのこの間までそういう生活してたんだよね。お姉さんは窓ガラスコースですか？
いえ、大丈夫。迷惑なんて何もかけられていないから。
それは有志以来稀なことですね。
そこまで言わなくても。
じゃあお礼だけ
Yeah,
しっかり言えばいい
don't
ん
even
だ。
own any windows.
こういうのってなんだか嬉しいな。本当にありがとうございました、お姉さん。もし助けてもらえなかったら、きっと今頃僕は死んでいて、
Yeah, getting run over by a car will do
多
that to you.
分すごく困っていたと思います。
そうね。
Especially this like the
死
40s.
ぬ
All
の
those
は
cars
やっぱ
still
り
have
困るん
the
じゃないかしら。
all have like the little fucking hood ornaments that impale you fucking into your chest when they hit you. There's a reason, you know, they don't put those on cars anymore.
でも大したことをしたわけじゃないし、お礼なんていいから。
ありがとうとごめんなさいはちゃんと言うようにしたいんです。友達がそういうやつでしたから。今はちょっといろいろあって。
Yeah,
もう
you
いないん
know,
です。
he's about a foot shorter now and, you know, 6 feet under.
いないんだけど、だから帰ってなのかな。やっぱり死んだら困ってた。僕はあいつから受け取ったものを何も
Yeah,
生かせない。
conversation just kind of took a heavy turn, huh?
死ねないよ。すいません、わけのわからないこと言って。
その、もう。
Yeah.
ええ、そうです。危なっかしいやつだなとは前から思ってたんですけど。
Yeah, you know, it was
この間
kind of a shock,
何か
huh?
の拍子にうっかり死んじゃったみたいで、今頃やっぱり困ってるんじゃないでしょうか。でもなんでか思うんですよ。あいつは僕らの代わりに
I
死ん
mean,
だ。
in a sense.
死ぬのはきっと僕でも小夏でもよかった。けれどあいつが選ばれて、それはきっとあいつの何かが悪かったからじゃない。その逆で、あいつが
Yep.
僕らの中で
At even the
一番正し
scales.
くて強かったから身代わりになって死んでしまったんだ。
Is it instinct? Deduction? Some power of prophecy? But what it means, I cannot fathom. But this young man has reached the truth. Yes, either he or the girl would have served just as well. But Nitayuhi was chosen. I chose him.
だからこんなところで車にひかれたりしなくて本当によかった。そんなことで死んでたら きっとあいつにすごく怒られる。
Yeah, it would have been like an extra fucking tragic end to your little friend group.
僕はあいつの代わりにやらな
No,
きゃいけない。
survive all that shit just to get fucking hit by a car in some alley.
小夏を守らないと。
You're not doing a very good job of that.
僕はきっとあいつを夕日を犠牲にして生きているんだから。
You should probably, like, find her first? No. He died because of me.
お姉さんには何度お礼を言っても言い足りません。
いいのよ。お礼なんて本当に。
Yeah, really, don't. It
僕の家まで
hurts.
足を運んでもらえませんか。こんな時ですから盛大にとはいかないかもですけど。
気を使わないで。家にはちゃんと送ってあげるけど。いえ、待って。あなた
I
ど
know,
うして
getting
出
some
歩いて
fresh
る
air,
の？
gotta stretch your legs.
いやー、それがですね、
Yeah.
昨日早起きしてリハビリのために近所を散歩していたらいきなり空の上が騒がしくなって。
Never gonna learn to
Like,
actually
戦争が
navigate the
始まっちゃって。
city when you're blind if you don't actually, start walking around it.
すぐ家に帰ろうとしたんですけど、慌てていたせいかまるっきり違う方向へ行っちゃったみたいで。
And this is before Japan started doing the thing where they put like the ridges in the sidewalk so you're able to follow along with a walking stick.
仕方なく近くの家に勝手に入らせてもらったんですが、誰もいなくて、あれはお寺だったのかな。丸1日くらいでしょうか。
Oh,
そこにいたんです
you're
け
like
ど、
lost,
空腹に耐えられ
lost.
なくなっちゃって、帰宅は許可って放送もあったし、頑張って家に帰ろうとしたんですが、やっぱり道がわからなくてうろうろしているうちに危うく車にはねられそうになってたみたいです。
Not
大笑い
really.
ですね。
大笑いではないと思うけれど。
ああ、そっか。おもてなしをしようにも僕を家に連れて帰っても
And
ら
I
わない
guess
と
you can't really ask one
始
of
まらない
the
んだ。
GHQ patrols for help because they fucking don't know the streets. They don't know where your house is.
そういうわけでお姉さん、
Oh, they
もし
probably
も
don't even know where
お
they
急ぎで
are.
なかったらどうかお願いします。ああ大笑いですね。
そうね。
I mutter, defeated. What is this feeling? It's like trying to chew my way through a ball of dough that never ends.
とりあえず家の場
Okay,
所を
weird
教えて。
analogy, but sure.
番地とか言われてもよくわからないから、何か目印になるものを。
目印ですか？そうだな。
Before he can answer, I hear another car approaching. Is this alley some kind of shortcut? I grab Nagi's arm and pull him to the side.
あっとっと。びっくりしましたね、今の。
さあ、どうかしら。
それで僕の家なんですけど、湾岸に近いあたりで。
I'm no longer listening. Instead, my attention is focused on the car that just passed us, which has come to a stop farther down the road. The car's military issue, the same as before, once again with two soldiers sitting in the front. If they turn this way, I'm sure they'll see the same faces. And now they do turn, the same faces as expected, tobacco clenched between grinning teeth.
あいつら。
若宮王子よ。
ちょっと黙って。
狭い裏通りだと思ってたんですけど、実はここ
Are
大通
they
りの真ん中だった
trying
り
to
します。
fucking hit this guy?
私の目にはクマが2頭肩を組んで歩けるかどうかって広さにしか見えないけど。
It's fairly narrow.
それにしては車が多いですね。
ねえ、なんでかね。
Having driven past us once again, this time in reverse, the car comes to a stop a short distance away. Somehow, I doubt that's their destination. Their purpose is not difficult to guess. I've seen their kind before, many times. There are those who delight in tormenting the helpless. There always have been. There always will be. These two are nothing special. If anything, the occupying army has exhibited unusual discipline, at least as far as I've seen. But no one is perfect, and victory has a way of loosening even the tightest reins.
あんなの相手するまでもね。
Yeah. I'm to prioritize my mission. I mustn't draw attention. I know exactly how I can end this ridiculous escapade without further fuss. All I need is a street too narrow for the car to follow. Won't even have to change form. Simple task, but only alone. I'll have to abandon Nagi Tadayasu. This time, the car hugs our edge of the road. I wait for it to get close, then yank Nagi to the opposite side. Works, barely, but I doubt it will again. I glare at the men driving the thing. Their faces are alight with childish glee. A game. That's all this is to them. Never mind that the targets might die. I doubt they're thinking that far ahead. Only afterwards, when they're standing over a broken corpse, will the two of them look down and think, huh, you can kill someone that way. They'll spend a few moments pondering the fragility of life, and then the memory will slip away and they'll move on to their next game. That's the kind of people these are. Even if I spoke their language, we could never reach an understanding.
お姉さん、今ちょっと忙しくて、家の場所は後で聞くから。
いえ、もう結構です。なんとなく思い出しました。僕の家、ここら辺の近くにあるんですよ。
It was by the coast a minute ago.
送っていただかなくても平気です。それとお礼の話ですけど、よく考えてみたら、今は家の中が取り込み中で。
そう。
申し訳ありません。次の機会にさせてください。
家はどこなの？
本当にすぐ近くです。なのでお姉さん、もういいですから、どうぞ行ってください。
そう。
You able to piece together what's going on?
大げつなお礼はいらないけど、お茶の一杯くらいいただいていってもいいかもね。
Car is making another approach. This time, they mean to crush us against one side of the road or the other. There's nowhere to run. Not for Nagi Tadayasu. And not for me.
二度なら。
Certainty has taken hold.
稲木忠康を死なせない。
僕はあいつの代わりにやらなきゃいけない。あいつがするはずだったこと。
Yeah, if he wasn't, currently like brainwashed, he'd probably be like vomiting on the side of the road with like fucking like, I don't know, accusation or something.
小夏を守らないと。僕はきっとあいつを夕日を犠牲にして生きているんだから。
絶対に死なせてはならないと思う。
Then this is Minato Kageyaki's fight. I have a duty to see it through.
稲木忠康。
お姉さん？
空を飛んだことはある？
え？
こんな感じよ。
Woo! From the soldier's perspective, it must look as though the two of us suddenly vanish. The looks on their face almost makes up for the day I've had. Eyes wide, mouths agape, they frantically scan for any sign of their quarry. And then they see us sailing overhead. They stare transfixed as we pass behind them. And then they crash into the wall. Probably not wearing their seatbelts.
お姉さん今何かすごいことしませんでした？
さあ。
本当に飛んだんですか？
だとしたら不思議ね。
Yeah, I just jumped a little. Too bad he can't see my wink. I take his arm and lead him off down the street.
とにかくここから離れましょう。あなたの家、海の方って言っていたっけ？
where you actually live?
はい。でも。
Suppose it was never going to be that easy. I forgot that we were dealing with soldiers, killers. The soldiers are standing beside their ruined car, flares and rifles trained on me. Their faces are purple with rage, the blind, unthinkable rage of children who cannot believe that a cat backed into a corner might lash out against its tormentors. We were supposed to be weak, inferior beings, and now we've gone and hurt them. I'm not inclined to explain that their anger, pure though it may be, is misplaced. Let them believe that they're right for all I care.
正しいと信じていればいい。
I'll teach them how powerless righteousness is.
お姉さん、
伏せて。
He throws himself to the ground with surprising speed for a blind man. When I think of it, he always did show good judgment. I recall that from my time observing him and his friends. A moment later, the bullets strike home. They stabbed deep into my flesh. Shoulder, abdomen, right chest. The sensation of object entering my body is not a pleasant one. My knees buckle beneath a wave of nausea. Fortunately, I have no greater concern than that. Soldiers are staring in utter disbelief. Shock of children who swung a cat against a boulder but failed to even knock it unconscious. Is that a thing kids do often? While not strong enough to repel bullets, my mock human body is still far less fragile than the real thing. So long as they do not strike my Shigane directly, I can take all the bullets they care to dish out. Not that I'm inclined to give them another shot. Just as the panicked soldiers take aim a second time, I extend my arm and return it to steel. My threads bind their arms and legs, pulling them to the ground. I make sure to add a few painful twists along the way. And while I'm at it, I destroy their guns.
お姉さん。
何？
逃げた方がいいです。
No, that's fine.
もう平気よ。
I gesture at the trussed men, forgetting that he can't see.
そうじゃなくて。まずい。多分この音。
音？
But then I hear it too.
バカね。私は。
I should have sensed something if they were this close. Rather, I should have assumed that they might have planned accordingly. If only I had the presence of mind, I would have dispatched the soldiers before they could fire. That the sound of their shots would not summon trouble beyond what I could handle. So obvious after the fact. Two land in front of me, one to my rear.
まがいものども。
These soulless puppets are not true Tsurugi. There is nothing in these husks to inspire awe or fear. Still, their power is undeniable. Against one, I might be able to escape, but three is more than I can handle. One of the two dragoons to my front is speaking to the fallen soldiers, or pointing at me and babbling in their foreign tongue.
お姉さん、逃げて殺されます。
あなた、あいつらの言葉がわかるの？
少しなら。お姉さん、進駐軍の兵士をやっつけたんですね。そいつが訴えています。犯行だとか、武装しているとか、危険だとか。
They're not wrong. They just conveniently left out the start of it.
防いだ。無者なんじゃないですか。
ええ。
逃げてください。僕は多分捕まってもどうにかなりますから。
どうなるの？自分は何も知りません。
I mean, they
ただ
might.
道を歩いてただけなんですって言えば。
You know, little
あいつ
fucking
らは笑
blind
ってあな
boy.
たを返してくれる？この状況でそれはなさそうね。ならあなたを置いてはいけない。まだお礼をしてもらってないもの。
でも
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
どうにでもする。どうにでもしてあなたを助ける。
Think Muramasa. Can I shake 3 Musha with this young man in tow? No, there isn't a prayer. Alright then, a different tack. What if I don't need to make a clean getaway? What if I can get out of sight just long enough to stash Nagi somewhere safe? Then, when the enemy catches up, I can lead them away from his hiding place. This plan won't do me much good, but it should at least keep him out of harm's way.
この線ね。
Well, that's left to the details. How to lose them long enough to hide a Nagi, and how to keep their attention afterwards. Has to be something I can...
お姉さん、
一人で逃げろって話はもう聞かないからね。
質問させてください。一つだけ。
What's up?
何？
あなたは夕日を殺した人ですか？
And just like that, the world ceases to exist.
そうなんですか。
Yeah, it's a pretty simple yes or no question, and the fact that it's tripping you up kind of gives you your fucking game away.
ええ。
There we go. I reply with the truth. I have no choice. Not in response to that question. If Kagyaki were here, he would have surely done the same.
ああ、やっぱり。
なぜそう思ったの？
ひらめきかな。
Yeah.
このお姉さんは どうして僕を必死になって救おうとするんだろうって考えてたら、急にこうキュピーンと脳細胞の未知の部分とかそんなものが覚醒した感じで。
Damn, really is quick.
いや、でもいろいろと衝撃的ですね。夕日を殺した人とこんな風に会うなんて。
If it's any consolation, it wasn't personal.
あなたは私を憎まないの？
He's probably got mixed feelings. A ridiculous question. He answers without pause.
憎みます。夕日は大事な友人でした。彼をあなたが奪ったのなら、
Yeah.
僕はあなたを他の何よりも憎みます。
I realize that I'm in mortal danger, and not from the enemy Musha around me. Tsurugi are immune to the ravages of time, but if my soul, my Shigane, crumbles, then all that I am will cease to be. Despair, doubt, guilt, these can slay a Tsurugi as sure as any blade. And so this young man holds my life in his hands. He has the power to kill me with a word. And still, I cannot help but ask the questions that will seal my fate.
私を許さない。
Nope.
許しません。あなたがどれだけ謝っても、どんな償いをしても許しません。
Death.
夕日を奪ったあなたを僕は一生憎みます。一生許しません。
I do not want to die in this place. I still have duties to perform. But whether I desire it or no, I cannot turn away from my end. This is where my way has led me. My only choice is to see it through.
あなたは私に復讐する？
This is it. The final question. His next answer will surely destroy me. My heart will shatter and fade to dust. Here it comes.
いいえ。
どうして？
意味をなくしたくないから。
Okay.
意味？
夕日が死んだことの意味です。
My death would render Nita's meaningless?
あったんでしょ。お姉さんのような人が夕日を殺したのなら。
Yeah, because otherwise you're such a nice, caring, thoughtful person. The only explanation is that there was some greater need to. Yes, there was a reason. He died to prevent a greater disaster. That Kinsego's egg would not... No. It was Suzukawa Robu who died for the city. Nita Yuhi died for me. He died to fulfill the law of balance. He died for the curse of Muramasa.
その意味がどんなものかは聞きません。今は聞きたくないです。夕日の命と引き換えにされた何かのことなんて。
No, not really.
僕は知りたくない。でもお姉さんは
All balance is trash.
その意味を大事にして守ってください。
Fucking not worth the air used to speak it.
あなたはそのために夕日を犠牲にしたんですから。
I feel a shiver up my spine. The blind man has done what 3 Musha could not, make me feel fear. Because Inagi Tadayasu has indeed claimed my life, and in a manner far more grievous than I anticipated. Now, I must spend the remainder of my days fighting to give Nita Yuhi's death meaning. In fact, it is a simple truth that he has spoken, a law as essential as the air we breathe. Someone takes a life, whoever takes a life must carry that burden forever.
稲木忠康。
それだけが願いです。
A roar of engines brings me back to reality. The Musha are on the move. But wait, they aren't coming for me. Instead, they swiftly take to the air, then fly off in the same direction. Looks like they were in a hurry.
何？
They probably got called back to the front. The foot soldiers have forgotten us too. I see them running off down the street. The wrecked car abandoned.
急な連絡が入ったみたいです。よく聞こえませんでしたけど、なんか援軍がどうとか。
援軍？
Matenko? Oh, they got their own airship. Makes sense.
閣下、間もなく鎌倉上空です。
不堕落は健在か？
健在であります。劣勢ながらなお交戦中。
よし。バカな。笹川の援軍
Oh,
が
they
来
just
た
went
だ
over your
と。
barricades, you know?
どうやってだ？古賀は我々がすでに抑えた。
Airlift, baby!
いや、そもそも早すぎる。開戦からまだ1日半しか経っていないではないか。
ウィロー少々落ち着いてください。
Yeah.
笹川の全軍が押し寄せてきたわけではありません。
なんだと？
来たのは飛行艦が1隻だけです。我が軍のガレーキープ級にも匹敵する大型ですが、搭載兵力も高は知れています。
I mean, still, that does kind of even the fight in the sky.
大鳥シシクは古賀の陥落を見越して少数精鋭による来援を選んだのでしょう。敵ながら果断な将軍ですね。
だが、所詮は一隻だな。
Yeah, but it means now you have, you know, contested air superiority.
そうです。体制は覆りませんよ。不堕落上空の航空戦力を一部動かし迎撃させましょう。
それだけのことでも忌々しいがな。あと一歩で終わるというところに邪魔と。
閣下。
分かっているよ、クライム。任せる。あの援軍を叩き潰し、不堕落城の士気を完全に砕いてやってくれ。
了解。
Alright, go get him, champ!
敵多数、前方に展開。本艦に向かってきます。
Oh, so what's that thing on the front? You got like a fucking Death Star laser?
礼儀のなっている奴らだ。わざわざ出迎えに来たか。よろしい。返礼する。大総員走行。
Ooh, got the money bringing in the 3D model. Yeah, what the fuck are those?
大体規模、いやそれ以上見たことのない機体だ。新型か？ロゴがあるな。ダブル4ゼロかもしれん。ヤマトの竜騎兵は開発の名称に加えるからな。ヤマト古来の起源で言うと今年は2600年。なるほど、最新型の名称だ。こいつは面白い。
I mean, Zeros are good, but
辺境の小国の新型機が
they're not invincible.
見せていただこう。よし、先手打って頭を押さえつけてやれ。キャメロン注意。チャイルズ、
Yeah, he kind of melted.
キャメロンはどうした？わからない。いきなり炎上したんだ。バレルの故障かも。
Real inconvenient time for that to crop up, huh?
いや、それにしたって今の。
God, what is the way you beat a zero? I want to say it has something to do with turning. Like, if you get into like fucking just start banking, you're able to outmaneuver a fucking zero in a turn. It has something to do with like the gas system or whatever.
チャイルズ、どうなってるんだ？攻撃だ。攻撃？
Yeah, they're just like
敵の新型が
blowing you up somehow. Yeah.
多分あれだ。
Very bizarre.
このままでは鎌打ちだぞ。そんなはずがあるか。竜騎兵を一発で落とす狙撃兵器だって。
Oh, fuck.
遅いわ、バカめ。連中、随分と好き勝手。
Okay, yeah, but what is that?
逃がしてやる気にはなれんな。当然だ。目障りなんだよ。人んちの空にいつまでも。
I mean, they're only a Yankee if they're from the States. Odds are they're, you know, English pilots, so. The fight for the sky has swung in our favor. Just as Furaku's aerial defenses seemed to be on the brink of total collapse, reinforcements appeared in the sky to the northeast. A single airship, not much on paper, but it rolled into Furaku airspace like a juggernaut, crushing effortlessly the forces dispatched to intercept it. Suddenly facing an entirely unknown quantity, the enemy airship was forced to regroup. Even the mighty galley keep turned tail, withdrawing behind a screen of dragoons. So you gonna like plot dump us? So you give some exposition on fucking what that is?
笹川で開発された六原が所有する唯一の大型飛行
Yeah,
艦
it's
だ
a
よ。
flying aircraft carrier.
ガレーキープに
What's
だって
that fucking thing
引き
on
は
it?
取らね
The airship is indeed impressive. Even from a distance, I can tell that it's more than a lumbering behemoth. A masterpiece of engineering. No doubt one of the mightiest airships in the world. Nothing compared to the dragoons it carries. Fortress-class ships, though rare, are still part of the world I know. These dragoons are something else. I replay their last engagement in my head. It was too far away to make out the details, but I'm certain our dragoons were striking at long range. An entire allied battalion was destroyed without ever drawing their swords. The nations of the world have been racing for decades to develop effective anti-dragoon ranged weaponry. The HVAP, a high-velocity armor-piercing cannon, is, to my knowledge, the strongest contender. But this isn't that. It's too accurate, too powerful. This is something new and terrible. Yeah, it's like a fucking electronic warfare
え。
weapon.
バイブロカノン。機体は00式竜騎兵。
Okay. What to do? She pauses, and smiles and says,
英雄の時代に終わりを告げるもの。そう。戦場は英雄たちの聖域だった。鉄器と剣を交え、しのぎを削り、力と技の推をぶつけ合った末に、相手を打ち倒す勇者だけが勝利をつかみ取れた。でも、これからは違う。
Yeah, now you can just fry anyone instantly. Chichimaru points to the sky where another battle is taking shape. The Zeros of Sasagawa have engaged GHQ's rear guard. It has the feel of a foregone conclusion. I watch as allied pilots struggle in vain to close range while Rokuhar's dragoons pick them off one by one. Not a battle then. A hunt. The sort kings enjoyed in the days of yore.
力も技も勇気もいらない。敵の顔も見えないような遠くから狙って撃つだけでいい。英雄の出番はなくなった。これからの戦場に英雄がのこのこ出てきても増票の餌になるだけだ。
Good, as it should be.
00式がリアルを凌駕するダミーがとうとう生まれてしまったから。
I watched the slaughter above us unfold. The proud knights of the British Empire charged their enemy with swords and lances, only to die amid flames far short of their goal. The howling of the vibro cannons is a chorus of laughter, mocking the futility of their sacrifice. The Westerners are the enemy of Yamato. Yet, I cannot help but pity them. I feel their pain as if it were my own, the pain of being left behind.
連盟軍でも高速鉄鋼弾の改良が進んでる。もうじき実戦配備されるよ。遠く離れてパカパカ撃ち合うだけが戦争の全てになるんだ。そんな時代には神話なんて成立しない。
And then eventually, they'll develop fucking beyond the horizon weapons. You won't even have to fucking see the guy you're killing. All you gotta need is a fucking radar blip and the fucking missile does the rest.
英雄がいなけりゃ魔王もいないさ。神様だってきっと這い出してくる隙がない。だから今のうちにやるんだ、お兄さん。
神を呼ぶ。
古き時代の終わりに最後の神話を
I
作り出
mean,
す。
sure be a exciting, page to end the chapter on.
ま、駆け込みセーフってとこかな。
Now the enemy's ground forces are beginning to withdraw. GHQ's offensive was largely dependent on air superiority. Its loss will necessitate a new plan. In 2 more days, Hikaru will awaken. It would appear that we have made it. Where's it climbing? Was climbing how you beat the zero? I want to say it was climbing. Like, you just go into a steep climb, and then, you know, you can eventually spin around and fucking get it when it stalls out. How to beat a zero in air combat. In air combat. How do you fight an enemy fighter in a zero? How was the zero defeated? American pilots gained experience by fighting the zero in China with the American volunteer group known as the Flying Tigers. The key to fighting zero is to stay out of dogfights and instead use superior armament and hit and run attacks against the relatively fragile. It was more than that, wasn't it? Or was it literally just fucking don't engage with them? American fighters were more powerful, faster, had more firepower. Allied pilots used their heavily armored aircraft to advantage. Here's Domit's ending. Alright, I was wrong. Must have been another aircraft. I know there was one of them where essentially the way to beat it was just, you know, get into a climb and you eventually just fucking stall it out and then you can whip around and fucking hit it on your, you know, your descent. But seems like the way to beat the zero is just be tankier and have a bigger gun. That's it. It's a fucking, it's like a Dex, like Uchigatana build in like Dark Souls 1, and you just fucking bring in the giant dad instead.
振り出しに戻るか。手詰まりになったわけじゃないが、どうも嫌な風向きだな。できれば今日で決着をつけたかった。
I mean, really, you needed this over like yesterday. December 2nd.
戦車が突っ込んでくるぞ。止めろ、止めろ。
Easier said than done.
我が味方不甲斐なし。己らどけ。
大尉。
我が敵他愛なし。外周一色にも耐えぬとは情けなや。
Yeah, probably.
我こそは
Just get fucking vibro
お
cannons.
弓の朝比奈平八郎。かの朝比奈弥太郎より数えて30代の光栄なり。天下分け目のこの戦、死に場所と心得たるぞ。
And you're probably gonna go out like a fucking punk.
良き敵、参らない。討ち取って光明遂げ。
Yeah, just lit up. Bye. December 3rd.
出てきたぞ。ゼロドラゴだ。動け、動き回れ。狙いをつけさせるな。あの方は連射が効かないらしい。無駄打ちさせて、その隙に距離を詰めればやれる。
I mean, easier said than done.
アホが、お前らの考えそうなことくらい。
その程度の軌道で逃げられる。
Yeah, they
こっちがどれだけ訓練したと思ってる。
they probably have like an order in, you know, the way they shoot, so that way, you know, there's always someone shooting as another guy's recharging.
一気も近づきやしねえぞ。いかん、下だ。チキショー、ステルスドラゴがいつの間にこんな近くまで。
From the clouds.
交代しろ。あれと格闘戦は分が悪い。
I don't know, gotta take him attack so that way you can, you know, bring some of their suits back and study them. Yeah, it's not going great, but, you know, it's not a fucking, you know, you're not on the ropes anymore.
制空権はある程度挽回できたが、数の差で向こうの優位は動いてね。地上も同じ。
会場もね。こちらに加わったのはあくまで竜騎兵の一個連隊だけだ。
俺が笹川の全軍を連れて来園していたら
Oh, hush. That wasn't a backhanded, comment.
そうは言わないわよ。それじゃ間に合わなかったでしょうし。
さようさよう。シシク殿は誠良い時に来てくだされた。
Yep, real big hero came and saved the
急場
day.
をしのげたのはシシク殿のおかげ。ご功労を無にせぬためにも、今後の手立てを思案せねばなりますまい。
You'll be like a real big hero once this is all over, and they'll name like a subway station after you.
箱根で足止め食らってるよ。
室町短大に命じて機内の兵を出させる手もあるけど。
あれは京都に睨みを利かせるのが関の山でござろう。戦力としては当てになり申さぬ。
Yeah.
じゃあ、太宰府か？
問題が3つある。
Not a real fighting force, just bodies in
大陸
uniforms.
方面の備え。小水がやつ。
動かせないわね。
GHQ の思案も気になるところでござる。奴らとて戦況の膠着は望まぬはず。
Yeah.
古賀にいる軍団をこっちへ呼ぶかな？
ありえない話じゃないわ。
だがその時はこちらも笹川の本軍を動かし、
And then they'll actually get,
古賀を
real
奪還して
reinforcements.
奴らの後方を訳せばいい。そのくらいのことならできるやつを合図には残してきている。
Wow, how unlike, Imperial Japanese military structure where, your subordinates are actually, have freedom of action to, seize the initiative when, the opportunity presents itself. Instead of having to run everything up, 5 levels of chain of command just to fucking get ordered to dig a ditch.
進駐軍の兵力とて無尽蔵ではない。古賀を確保しつつ、鎌倉に増援を送るようなゲートは難しかろうよ。
さようでござるな。
そうなったら、こちらにとっては好都合ね。
言えてる言えてる。けど、
Yep.
もちろん GHQ が撃ってくる手はそんなこっちゃない。
They're gonna push the big red button that says delete the castle. After the meeting, Chachamaru pulls me aside.
あいつらは切り札を持ってるんだから。楽に勝てる目がなくなった今、そのことで頭がいっぱいだろうさ。
だがチャチャマル。
Mm-hmm.
今日が。
We need to hold out for like one more day.
光の目覚めは4日。つまり明日だと言っていたな。
間に合わせる。間に合わなけりゃみんなおじゃんだ。
いや。
そんなオチにしてたまるもんかい。あてのためにもお兄さんのためにもお姫のためにもね。明日進駐軍は鍛造ライダーを使う。ウォルフがそうさせるはずだ。
Probably out there, chatting people's ears off,
この
twisting
夜
their
の
arms.
間に。
Oh, he can't fuck it up. Or well, can't afford to is more accurate.
我々のすべきことは一つだよ。ウィロー少将、キャノン中佐。
教授、分かっていますとも。フォージドボム使用の申請をもう一度ジュネーブへ出しましょう。
Nope, no requesting permission. We're just gonna have to do it.
逆効果では。
こちらが黙っておとなしくしていたからといって気を利かせてくれるような連中では
Just
な
gonna
い。
have to beg for forgiveness afterwards.
まったく、少将の言う通りだよ。彼らは年老いた牛に似ている。何度も鞭で打たねば働こうとしない。いや、違うな。鞭で動
Do
く
you
間は
whip
まだ
old
マシだっ
bulls?
た。
I'm not really sure about that. I do know though that my mother, their farm when she was a kid had a bull that was real angsty, and my grandpa, it was acting up one time and kind of like snorting and like getting ready to kind of take a run at him. So he just picked up a 2x4 and fucking cracked it right on the head. Just like absolutely smacked down right on its forehead, and the thing fucking stumbled around a bit and then just shuffled off.
どういうことで
Learned
す？
its lesson real fucking quick.
僕は彼らにほとほと愛想を尽かしているということだよ、中佐。
So instead of a liberal whipping, fucking liberal beating, blunt force trauma.
状況を見る目がないとしか思えん。分かっているのかな、彼らは。大和進駐軍は
Yeah, we're just doing what they told us to
完全
do.
支配を目的として設けられた軍組織だった。
理解しておりますまい。本当に当てにならない連中ですよ。
Yep, gotta take things in your own hands.
俺たちの立場で言えたぎりじゃないだろう
な。何か言ったか中佐。
別に。
ウィロー少将、
Mhm.
我々は決断するべきなのかもしれないよ。
教授、それは。
いいかね。鍛造雷弾は決戦兵器は存在するのだ。
As a wise man once said, smoke him if you got him. And buddy, we got him.
我々の
Just
手
gotta light it
が
up.
届くところに。ただ、使用の許可が与えられていないだけで。奪ってしまってはどうかな。
You know, if we're gonna be rebelling as soon as we're fucking done here, you know, where the consequences coming from? Nobody, because, you know, you're gonna throw off the yoke.
ウォルフ教授、ここ最近のあなたはどうも先導家じみていますね。そちらがご本性ですか？
さて、僕は何も変わっていないつもりだが、真実を探求し真実を告示するただの学徒だよ。
その真実は誰が保証するのです？
Well, you know,
それともあなたご自身が？
we can ask God, you know, once we use it.
クライブ、よせ。教授は忠告と助言をくださっただけだ。
Yeah, we're all friends here. No need to throw around barbs.
それに言われることは正しい。この際、強行手段も視野に入れよう。
Thank you for being so manipulatable, Cannon.
本気ですか？
我々は圧倒的な驚異的な戦果をもって大和国民を衣服させ反抗心を奪い、
Yeah, what better way to do that
完
than
全な支配
a
下に置かなくては
fucking
なら
nuke?
ないのだ。
Yeah?
我々は六原ごときとほぼ互角の戦いを演じ、その一部始終を大和国民に見られてしまった。
Uh-huh. It's not a good look.
極めてまずい。猶予している場合ではない。一刻も早く我が軍の実力を知らしめねばならん。
しかし、
It's like, all right. You guys have had your fun. Game's over now, though. Like, come on.
ウォルフ教授、先日あなたがおっしゃった通り、いささか乱暴な手段でもためらう必要はない。我々は大和を占領した後すぐ新大陸の同胞と共に放棄するのですからね。
そうだ。傲岸なる女王の時代に終止符を打つべくしてね。
その折には教授のかつてのお仲間も。
Yep, they're working hard, you know, right now.
同胞だね。もち
Oh,
ろん
those friends.
影などに君たちを支援するさ。
そうなればきっと世界各地で反女王の火の手が上がる。
A new order, if one would,
変わりますよ、教授。
might say.
ああ、変わるとも。古き世界は葬られ。
Yeah,
新たな世
issue
界
in
が
a
降誕
golden
するだろ
dawn.
う。
ダメだな。
Yeah.
もう俺より教授の方を信頼してるらしい。
Well, it's because Wolf's telling him what he wants to hear.
教授がやたら少々に近づいていると気づいたときに手を打っておくべきだった。こう見切りを考えなきゃいかんか。
Yeah, you can kind of see that things are going a little
あ
sideways,
んた
yeah?
とは最後まで一緒にやっていけると思ってたんだけどな。
Ship's starting to roll a little too hard.
決意したなら
That
行
risk
動を急
capsizing.
ぐべきだともよ。
早い方がいい。
閣下。
どうした？
Probably important.
呼ぶまで近づくなと言っておいただろう。
それが至急ウィロー少将に会いたいという方が。
こんな時間に？前線からの報告か。
Well, must be real important then.
敵がまた野襲でも仕掛けてきたのか。
違います。我が軍のものではなく、その
Someone here to parlay?
なんだ、来客か。随分と非常識だな。誰か知らんがしばらく待たせておけ。
しかし、
like, nope. Fucking strike two.
部下を困らせてはいけませんことよ、ウィロー少将。
Oh, hey.
上
Finally
位
back
命
from
令には
Geneva?
逆らえない。それが組織人の宿命なんですもの。
Oops.
キャノン中佐。
Yeah, they're his.
ええ。大鳥かなえ大尉と長倉小夜軍属です。
大尉に軍属。しかも頭に元がつくな。
Oh, she get a promotion?
はい。
何が上位命令だと？
あら、階級取り上げられてましたの？せっかくご厚遇いただいたのに。
確かに俺は君を厚遇した。元大尉。大きな期待を寄せていた。しかし君は期待に背いた。無断で軍を離れ。ぶっちゃけて聞くがな。今さらどの面下げて戻ってきたんだ。
お怒りはごもっとも。本当にご迷惑をおかけしてしまって。
せめてものお詫びにこれをどうぞ。旅先で買い求めた銘菓でございます。
Some Belgian chocolates. Or Geneva's in the Netherlands, isn't it? It's not Belgium, yeah? No, it's Switzerland. What? Oh, I'm thinking of The Hague. That's what I was thinking of. Swiss chocolates. Okay. Yeah, The Hague is in the Netherlands. Forgive me for my slip up there on my European geography.
何なんだ一体？
心ばかりの土産物でございますが。
Yeah, Yamatoan tradition.
そんなことは聞いとらん。いや、いい。付き合っていられるか。巡査、さっさとこの二人を逮捕して私の前から追い払ってくれ。キャノン。
マーミット。
Marmite? What, you've been to Australia?
ジュネーブの名物か。
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, that's Vegemite in Australia. Man, I'm off my game today.
やってくれたな。大鳥かなえ。すべて君か。フォージドボムが使えなかったのも。
はい。
Yep.
愚痴だが、言わずにはいられないな。江ノ島でジョージを失ったのが痛かった。
That one wasn't really our
彼
fault.
のサポートがあれば、俺はもう少し周りに目を配れた。君の失踪に関する調査を人任せにすることはなかった。
そうでしょうね。本当にこの世の中、何が災いして何が幸いするかわからないものです。
But let that just be a lesson to you to not, you know, leave everything in the hands of, like, some fucking fascist from Florida.
中佐？どういうことだ？どういうことなんだ？
You've been outplayed. Hello?
理解する努力をしてから聞きたまえ。人の話によく耳を傾けるのは君の美点だが、時として頼りすぎる嫌いがある。長所もどうこせば欠点なのだよ。
あなたはなぜ？
まずは名乗ろ
う。Please?
いえいえ、伯爵。皆さん、知己の方々ばかりですから。
But for the audience's sake, yeah, for dramatic flair.
はあ。
ルービー・サシュアントだ。
Okay.
はい。では。
No, he's got to list off all his titles and ranks.
もう一度名乗ろう。ルービー・サシュアントだ。そして最後にもう一回。ルービー・サシュアントだ。
お嬢様、どうかご自重を。
Yep, don't. Time and place, time and place.
よろしいでしょうか、伯爵。
初めてくれたまえ。
そういうわけで GHQ のお三方。
Great.
こちらは
Fantastic.
国際連盟事務局次長ルービー・サシュアント卿。国連本部の全権代理としてただいまヤマトに着任なさいました。
As their what?
全権
Yeah, they're what? Huh? Plenty what? Plenipotentiary. A person, especially a diplomat, invested with the full power of independent action on behalf of their government, typically in a foreign country.
はい。意味の説明は不要ですね。少々閣下。
His word is law.
ふざけるな。そんなものを突然よこされてたまるか。
Except that's literally his position from the sounds of it, so.
そう申されましても、納得いかないなら伯爵にお願いなさっては？
お願い？
サシュアント卿、女王陛下の信任状を今お持ちでしょう？
もちろんだ。
Orders from the
確認したいのかね。
しかし不自然ではありませんか。
Well, you did also kind of, you know, start a war without any, you know, approval. Like, sure, it was always in the cards for, you know, for the AEF to, you know, take over Yamato, but you just kind of did it. Well, you just started the attempt without actually, like, consulting anyone?
正論でございますな。
本当ね。
Makes sense that they'd send someone to be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
我々の方で国連本部に確認し、その上で。
そうはいかないのだよ。ウィロー少将。
なぜです？
わからないかね？わからないのかね？
Well...
わからないのかねわかってくれたまえよ、アメリカン。
Really, yeah, Americans have a big international reputation for being smart. Okay.
私は必ずしも君たちを憎んではいないのだ。できることなら、騒がず、争わず、静かに全てを終わらせたい。察してくれたまえ。
わかりません。あなたのおっしゃることは謎めいている。
You know, starting a war, fermenting rebellion.
私にはさっぱりだ。横浜にてお待ちください。我々は女王陛下より与えられた使命を遂行します。あと3日、いえ、2日で十分。六原幕府を滅ぼし、この国を女王陛下の保護下に収めましょう。
Another land to add to her, like, fucking 2-paragraph long list of titles.
もう良いのだ。もう良いのだよ、ウィロー。どうして彼女が、大鳥大尉が私と一緒にいると思うのだね。
なんですと。
彼女は私の依頼を受けて内定を進めていたのだ。
Okay.
そのために GHQ にいたのだよ。最初からね。
Fucking like triple agent.
無論、彼女だけではない。他にも数人の配下を各所に派遣した。
I mean, that's one would expect.
そして、彼らが拾い集めた細かな情報を、その小さな断片を、
AKA, we know what you're doing in the States too.
ちょうどジグソーパズルを組むよ
うに。And we've got to put a kibosh on it.
見て、私は結論せざるを得なかった。君たちはアメリカンドリーマーだと。
Okay, good name for an association.
ウィロー、過去4度にわたり、君の同志は新大陸を大英連邦から独立させるための戦争を起こした。
Now, when you say you, do you mean Americans or him in particular? Because for a lot, I don't think he'd still be in his position.
それは天命なのだと。神が女王の支配を良しとしているのだと、君たちが学んでくれればよかったのだが、君たちはより低いレベルで理解したのだね。負けたのは力が足りなかったから。新大陸にクルスの生産地が存在しないからだ。だからヤマトを欲した。世界でも屈指のクルス生産国を。君たちはこの国を女王陛下に献上するふりをして霞め取るつもりだ。
Where'd you ever get that idea?
しかし同情はする。君たちは確かに苦しみ追い詰められていたのだろうから。我らが女王の深き愛もあの広大な大陸を満たすには不足していたのかもしれない。
It is big. If you've ever driven across Middle America, you know.
だがね。
Fuck the Midwest. Sucks.
それでも反撃は許されないのだよ。
It's fun to drive across though. Mainly because you can just set the car in cruise control and, you know, drive for 8 hours straight and not, you know, make a single fucking turn or hit a red light.
ここまで来て認めカカ
ウィロー、君が最後にすがるのは女王の慈悲ではなく、そのちっぽけな拳銃なのか。
Seems like, you know, there's only one way out.
それが君の選択なのか。
There's no winning here.
たまれ、女王の犬め。我々の靴が貴様などに分かるものか。 苦痛とはこういうものだ。味わってみろ。
すまないね、大鳥隊。
いえ、差し
Man, you suited up quick.
ではよろしいですか？
いや、私がやろう。彼は私の友人なんだ。たとえ
Yeah,
彼
you
がそう
know.
思っていなかったと
Let's
しても
getting shot at occasionally between friends, you know? It's just masculine bonding.
さらばだ。友よ。
差しワンと。
Well.
キャノン、ライブ、
カカ。
Don't sound so fucking pathetic.
頼む。我々の悲願を身体に
Save America, Clyde.
我が同胞に取り戻してくれ。
カカ。
見ろ！アメリカのために
A dream worth dying for.
頼む。
Keep the flame alive.
相棒。クライム。
心中はお察しいたします。ですが、キャノン中佐、身柄を拘束させていただかねばなりません。お持ちの銃を。失礼。
ウォルフ教授、
That was a big thunk.
申し訳ないのですけれど、あなたもです。複数の重大な嫌疑がかかっていますの。
What? No.
ほう。
I mean, probably espionage, you know, leaking state secrets,
身に覚えが終わりでしょ？
treason.
まあね、いつかはこんな日が来ると思っていたよ。この強権的パンツ絶対主義者のもめ、どうあってもパンツ脱ぐのを許さんというのだな。
ちゃうわ！お嬢様ちっちょ、剣で突っ込み入れたら死にますから。
And then he can't
違うん
testify.
だと？では君は今パンツを脱いでいるのか？見せてみろ。
変態やめてから出直してくださいまし。
You just can't help it. It's who he is.
僕
Yeah.
に死ねというのか？
Might as well tell him to stop breathing.
死ぬのかよ。あと変態の自覚あるのかよ。
He's just true to himself.
いいえ、もういいですからお嬢様。こういう面倒な人はさっさと連行いたしましょう。
そうね。
これで終わったと思うなよ。
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
僕は必ず帰ってくる。そして全人類のパンツを脱
You
が
do
せ
that,
て
bud.
やろ
う。これほど嫌な野望って人類史上にかつて存在しましたかな。
He's a hero. You just can't see it.
多分なかったと思うから、国連理事会に掛け合って世界人類反逆罪とか創設していただきましょう。
それならきっと100回くらい処刑できます
Oh,
ぞ。
come on. He's not that
まあ
bad.
変態は得てしてゴキブリチックな生命力を誇るものなので、まだ足りないかもしれません
You
が。
know, if you try to step on him, they might just like it.
僕は諦めない。諦めないからな。しばらくは至福の時だ。
The dream will never
待ってい
die.
てくれたまえ。キャノン中佐、絶望するんじゃないぞ。
So, no nuke, huh? Well. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're going to end it here for today. Once again, like, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you guys know for the next episode of Full Metal Daemon Muramasa, where, you know, like they say right here, it's the last day, you know. It's going to happen. Something's going to happen one way or another. And the only way to find out is to actually show up next time. And for me to actually, you know, record the episode and then upload it. That's the hardest part, you know. But I believe in myself. It's the weekend. I can do it tomorrow. So, I've already said my bit. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.